As we know, today's most modern weapon is considered to be the atomic weapon. Humanity gained knowledge about atomic weapons almost 2 centuries ago, while the invention of the atomic bomb itself is just about a century old. Before this, science was unaware that such a powerful and destructive force could exist on Earth. The practical demonstration of this power was witnessed in the atomic attacks on Japan, where the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were wiped off the face of the Earth. The attack took place on August 6, 1945, and the effects of that atomic bombing can still be seen in Japan today. Even now, generations continue to be affected by it. But do you know that nearly 5,500 years ago, there was a nation that was wiped out from existence by Allah's punishment due to their disobedience and arrogance? This was the nation of Aad. Their land stretched from the deathly deserts of Bahrain to western Yemen. Today, this is a barren desert, known as Rub al-Khali, or the empty quarter, where even stepping foot is beyond imagination. However, this land was once green, fertile, and flourishing, home to a mighty and prosperous civilization known as the Aad. The name Aad actually belongs to a person who was from the 5th generation of Prophet Noah, Nuh, peace be upon him. His descendants grew into a strong and advanced nation. This nation was known for its intellect and incredible architectural skills. They carved homes into mountains in a way that even today's science stands astonished at their intelligence and engineering marvels. Not only were they advanced in construction and civilization, but they were also physically strong, towering as tall as date palm trees. Because of their strength and power, they were considered a superpower of their time. However, with their prosperity came arrogance and disobedience. They turned away from the worship of one true God and began worshiping idols. To guide them back to the right path, Prophet Hud, peace be upon him, was sent to them by Allah. He called them towards the worship of one God and warned them against their transgressions. The Quran mentions this event. And remember the brother of Ad when he warned his people in Aqaf, and indeed warners had come before him and after him, saying, "Do not worship anyone but Allah. Truly I fear for you the punishment of a terrible day." Quran 46:21. However, instead of heeding his warnings, the people of Ad mocked him and refused to believe. They arrogantly challenged him, saying, "Have you come to turn us away from our gods? Then bring upon us that punishment you are warning us about if you are truthful." Quran 46:22. Due to their persistent disbelief and arrogance, Allah's punishment was decreed upon them. Before sending down the punishment, Allah first withheld rain from them. Rain is a sign of divine mercy, and when Allah is displeased with a people, He deprives them of this blessing. Their land suffered from drought and famine. One day, they saw a huge black cloud approaching their land. Seeing it, they became joyful, thinking that the long-awaited rain had finally arrived. They thought their days of drought were over and their lands would flourish again. However, what they believed to be a rain cloud was, in reality, a storm of divine wrath. The Quran describes this moment. Then, when they saw it as a dense cloud approaching their valleys, they said, "This is a cloud bringing us rain." No, it is what you sought to hasten, a wind containing a painful punishment. Quran 46:24. This storm was no ordinary storm. It was a violent wind sent as divine punishment. The Quran describes it. It destroyed everything by the command of its Lord, leaving nothing but their ruined dwellings. This is how we punish the wicked people. Quran 46:25. This storm, known as the barren wind, raged for 7 nights and 8 days continuously, wiping out every living being. The Quran mentions, "And as for Ad, they were destroyed by a screaming, furious wind, which he imposed upon them for 7 nights and 8 days continuously, so that you would see the people lying there as if they were hollow trunks of fallen palm trees." Quran 69:6-7. This was no ordinary wind. It was a radiation-like storm, so intense that even after thousands of years the land remains infertile and lifeless. The storm burned the flesh off human bodies, leaving only their skeletons behind. Modern science now understands that radiation exposure from atomic explosions causes similar effects, destroying all life, rendering the land barren for centuries. The Quran describes this punishment, "And we unleashed upon them a raging wind on a day of continuous misfortune. It snatched people away, leaving them like hollowed-out stumps of palm trees." Quran 54:19-20. This barren wind, Ar al-Sarsar, was not just a storm, but a force that permanently sterilized the land, ensuring that nothing would grow there again. The Quran further states, "And we sent against them a screaming wind on a day of constant calamity, reducing everything it touched to ashes." Quran 51:41-42. Even after thousands of years, the region remains a vast wasteland of shifting sand dunes, known today as the Empty Quarter, Rub al-Khali. The warning of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. About 5,000 years later, during the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, a Muslim army, led by the Prophet himself, passed through this devastated region. They saw the ruins and remnants of this destroyed civilization and decided to rest there. The soldiers took water from a well in the area and used the dried remains of wood to light fires for cooking. When Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, learned about this, he immediately commanded, "Throw away that water, break the pots in which it was used, and leave this place at once. Do not use anything from this land, for it is a cursed land where divine punishment descended upon a nation." Even though the food prepared from that water was ready, it was discarded immediately. This shows how severe and cursed the punishment was, and even after thousands of years, the effects remained. Conclusion. This story teaches us a powerful lesson. Pride, arrogance, and disobedience to God lead to destruction. The punishment of Ad serves as a warning for all future generations. The Quran says, "We have surely left a sign of it behind as a lesson, so is there anyone who will take heed?" Quran 54:15. May Allah guide us all and protect us from arrogance and disobedience. May He grant us the ability to follow in the footsteps of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and keep us safe from his punishment. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in another interesting video. Until then, take care, and thanks for watching.